welcome to Glass Painting with Jack. Today we're going to do a beginner's project which is actually suitable for both adults and children, so the whole family can take part. We're going to be doing one of these, a beautiful rainbow window hanging. So let's get started. Let me talk you through the products that you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need an acetate sheet, a PVC cover sheet. Everything that I mention will be in the description below of where you can buy it online and have it delivered to you. So this is the acetate sheet that we'll be using. There are a choice of templates in the link. This one is for those of you in the UK who are celebrating the NHS, and then I have this one which I will be doing today, which is hope, because we all are looking for hope for the future, and there is always hope. So that's these two. Then if you're doing this project with children, I would recommend Baker Ross's products. The Baker Ross link will be in the description below as well. They have glass painting pens, which are great if your kids just want to draw and colour in their rainbow. They also have paints that you use with a brush, little pots, so you can get both the pens and the paints, and they can draw the outline and then fill it in with colour if you want your children to have the experience of using a paintbrush. The paints are water-based, so you can just clean your brushes with water, as we are going to be doing today. The paints do not, once they're dry, they don't come off clothing, so I would recommend that you use old clothes, old t-shirts or shirts, or get aprons for your kids. Have baby wipes on hand, as is always the case with messy projects with children and sometimes with adults too. So Baker Ross, they're great. Today I'm going to be using Pebeo, the Pebeo range. This is their Vitriol 160 range, and they are water-based as well. Now, normally these would bake in an oven, but because our window display is only going to be used hanging in the window, we're not going to hang it in a kitchen window or bathroom window. We don't need to bake them. So this one is black. Their outliners come in a range of colours, which again you'll see in the description below the link. So we'll use this to draw our rainbow, and then I have a large selection of colours, all the colours of the rainbow out, and this is the little pots of paint. This one's yellow. We also need a pot of water, very important, your paintbrush, whatever size you feel comfortable working with. I tend to use a very thin brush, but you can use whatever size comes to hand. And very important, kitchen roll, because one of the top tips I have for glass painting that I always say to my students is keep your brush as dry as possible. That's especially the case with the Baker Ross paints, because when they become runny, they're very hard to control. So we have our kitchen roll, and my top tip again for glass painting is to have little guys like this on hand. These are my best friends, especially when you get to the stage where you've made one little mistake and you're nearly finished. These guys come to the rescue, so I would always recommend having some cotton buds to hand. So I think that we have talked through the products and we are now ready to start. So I have stuck all four corners of my acetate down onto the tabletop with the overhead projector plastic on top, so that it's holding it steady for me rather than me having to hold it steady. So if you guys do that, I've just used a normal roll of masking tape. That will mean you don't have to worry about making mistakes or things moving while you're doing it. So I'm going to start this side of my rainbow first before I do this side, because if I do all the way round, I'll end up smudging this side of the rainbow as I go. So I'm going to go up to the middle. So this outliner works like a piping bag, like you would for piping icing onto a cake. So you squeeze and you move, and you're basically wanting to get the point of the relief cream on the outline of the template. Now I made the outline lines very thick because I wanted it to be thick enough so that we wouldn't be too worried about making mistakes, going off the line slightly. But also the Baker Ross pens that the children would be using are quite thick, and I didn't want the children, I wanted the children to be able to follow the outline. Or if you're a grown-up that's using the Baker Ross stuff, I wanted you to have the lines thick enough to be able to see. So I'm just taking it up to the middle so that I'm not going to go over on myself when I'm doing the rest of the stuff at this side. And I'm just squeezing and moving. The harder you squeeze, the more that comes out, the thicker the line you'll get. Rainbow. And again, so that I'm not smudging what I've done, I'm going to do this side of the cloud first. Do the inside line first, because then you're not working over the outside line and you can have your hand on your work. So it's always easier to have your hands firmly on the desk to give yourself stability as you draw. Okay, so I continued drawing the lines as I had said before, and once I corrected my way of doing, and then I removed the tape and removed the template, and now we can see what I have actually put down on the acetate. And you can see it's easier to see your own work once the template is away. So what we'll do is we'll leave that to dry, and then we'll be able to come back and we'll be able to fill in any little gaps that there are and deal with any little mistakes. So I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, and okay, so this is all lovely and dry now, and I have already filled in the little bits that were missing in the lines and have made some of the lines a little bit thicker using the cream tube, the relief cream. So now we're in the place where we can fill in the colour. Now these colours all have been stirred. I have a little chopstick that I use for stirring my paints because they need stirred before they can be used, and then we can get to painting. So I have my brush and I'm going to work from the inside of my rainbow out, and the beauty of not having it stuck down anymore is that we can move it around as we need to. So my first colour is going to be this purple colour. This is they're also numbered, the colours that Vitria have, that Pebeo have. So this is number 7, it's a purple colour. So what we do is we dip our paintbrush in the pot, and then we start to apply it onto our sheet. So we want to fill in the colour. It's like colouring in with a paintbrush. Because we're working on a flat surface, we don't need to worry too much about how much paint we put on our brush and how much we put on the acetate sheet. We just want to make sure that we cover the area, working on a white surface, like I have here, it makes it easier to see. So if you're not working on a white surface, you might want to turn your template sheet of paper upside down, flip it over so that you've got the plain side to put under your acetate, and then you can still see what you're doing. I just cleaned the excess paint off my brush on my kitchen towel. Then I'm going to wash my brush in the water and dry it quite well, because that's one of the top tips I have, is to dry. This one is called Sapphire Blue and it's number 9. Now, I don't know if you can see there, but I have gone over the line slightly, so I'm just going to use my cotton bud to clean that up. Now this colour is such a beautiful colour, I love it. This one is turquoise, it's number 11. I love it because this one you definitely want to spread out a little bit more and have it a little bit thinner, because it just pops. It's a lovely colour. Okay, so I'm liking the way that's looking. I lift it, I can see the bits that are missing. Okay, so I then go on to green. I've chosen, Pebeo do quite a few greens. I've chosen the Oriental green, which is quite a bright and vivid green. I quite enjoy using. It's number 13 in their range, and it's, again, this is another colour that I really enjoy using. It's very bright. Okay, so we are now on to yellow. I had pink in there just in case, but it's not pink. So the yellow, this one is Sun Yellow and it's number 1. Okay, so I'm liking the way that's looking so far. I think I'm going to turn it upside down, purely so that I'm not working over my own work too much. So we go on to orange, and this one is orange and it's number 31. I draw all my own templates. For all the templates I use with my classes, I draw myself on paper. I sketch it out with pencil, and then I go over the outline with Sharpies to create, or just a normal biro to create the shape that I want to be able to paint. So finally we have red. This is pepper red, which is number 4. So that's my red. So I'm very happy that my rainbow is finished, and I think it's looking amazing. I love the way the light plays on these colours. It's just so good, so beautiful. It's going to look amazing in my window. So I'm then going to make decisions about the cloud. Pebeo Duo White. This one's Veil White, number 20. And it is opaque rather than transparent, so the white cloud will actually look white. I think I am going to use it for the cloud, and then I need to decide what colour I'm going to make. You could choose to do the lettering any colour you want, or you could choose even to do the lettering rainbow coloured. You choose your favourite colours from your rainbow and do that. Probably could do with a bigger brush for that, so I'm going to go and get one of my thicker brushes to do the cloud with. Okay, so here I am coming to the last little bit of cloud. Putting it on too fast and making a big mess. But we'll get our little amazing cotton bud in and we'll sort it in just a minute. So there is my finished rainbow and cloud. Now I'm going to leave that to dry and then we'll be able to have a look at it again. So here it is, my finished Hope window hanging. I really love the colours. So here is my rainbow window hanging up in the window of my wee painting room. I just stuck it up there with double-sided sticky tape, a little square of sticky tape at each corner. You can choose to use sellotape or blue tack, but isn't it, I think it's a stunning effect. I hope you have lots of fun at home trying this project for yourself, whether it's with your kids or by yourself. Do let me know how you get on by leaving comments in the comments below. If you've got any questions, leave them there too and I'll get back to you. And if there's anything in particular you'd like to see on this channel, do let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. So if you've found this an entertaining or helpful video, please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the little bell icon, and that way you'll get notifications every time I post. So until next time, this time next week, I'll say goodbye for now. Bye!